For this video, I will do a quick breakdown of a particular scene out of the 1987 movie The Lost Boys. It's a comedy horror movie about vampires. To set up the particular clip, the good guys in the story decide to go to the vampire's lair to rescue a couple people and kill some vampires if possible. After rescuing the people and killing one vampire, they decide to retreat. The scene I'm going to play picks up right after that. So let's get right into it. Here's the clip.
Mike! Mike! Start the car! Mike! Mike!
We blew it, man. We lost it.
Shut up!
We unraveled in the face of the enemy.
It's not our fault. They pulled a mind scramble on us. They opened their eyes and talked.
I'll drive. We don't ride with vampires.
Fine, stay here.
We do now. Yeah.
Come on, Sam, let's get out of here. Burn rubber. Ah! Christ!
Burn rubber does not mean warp speed.
Did you hear that right at the end? Burn rubber does not mean warp speed. When I rewatched this movie and heard him say that, I laughed. Now maybe you're thinking to yourself, so what? Maybe it's a Star Trek reference. Of course, I thought of Operation Warp Speed in 2020. This movie came out in 1987. That's 33 years before Warp Speed. So then I thought about the car they escaped in. I thought that it would be a 57 Chevy for a frequency reference, since Warp Speed and 5G go together. Well, what do you know? I was close. I looked it up. Here's the page describing the vehicle. It was a 1957 car, all right, but it was a Ford Fairlane, not a Chevy. I'm not a car expert, but I was right about the 57 part though. A Ford Fairlane is FF or 66. So there is your 57 frequency reference as well as a 66. But that's not all. You see, the actor that said Warp Speed is Corey Haim. He was born on December 23rd, 1971. December 23rd is the 357th day of the year. That's right, there's a 57 in his birthday. Another 57 reference. The man who played Corey Haim's brother in the movie was Jason Patric. He was born July 16th, 1966. That's right, another 66. That also means that Mr. Patrick is now 58 years old. You know who else in the movie was born in 1966 and is currently 58 years old also? Kiefer Sutherland. He was born on December 21st, the winter solstice, the same day as Sol Invictus. December 21st is the 355th day of the year. It is also the address of the Daily Planet in the Smallville series. But is that all? Let's take a look at this 1957 Ford Fairlane when Corey's character and the man playing his grandfather are in the garage. Take a look at the license plate. It says 57 Flip. Well, people will assume that the number 57 on the plate is for the year of the car, but this is multi-layered. You see, there is the word flip also on the plate. Well, flip is kind of like an inversion. To confirm the inversion, we go back to Corey Haim. Mr. Haim died on March 10th. That's the 69th day of the year with 296 remaining. There's your inversion number, 69. So the license plate has a 57 and a 69 on it, basically. In the image, we also see a license plate on the wall. It says 1T8711, so it's 21 plus 87 plus 11. That's 119. Well, backwards, that's 911. This movie came out in 1987, the halfway point between 1973 and 2001, the beginning and end for the Towers. But we're not done yet. Corey Haim's character, Sam, encounters the Frog Brothers, Edgar and Allan. Well, of course, the names of the brothers are a reference to Edgar Allan Poe, the satanic author that we were all told in high school was a literary genius. On top of that, their last name is Frog, the unclean spirit. So they are basically telling us Edgar Allan Poe was an unclean spirit. What does that say about the other frogs in our current time? In this image of the Frog Brothers, we can see that Alan Frog is wearing an airborne t-shirt, and over his right shoulder is the Batman symbol. The V-19 was thought to have been started by a bat at one time. So here we have an airborne bat virus displayed. What else is related to the 57 Ford Fairlane? Well, this image from the movie is when the Frog Brothers are opening their comic book store. What's in the background? What someone might notice at first is the EG/KR. EG is 57 and KR is 1118. Well, 57 is for the 57 frequency. What is 1118? It's a date. November 18th. Why November 18th? It's the 322nd day of the year. There's your 322 connection. Above that is W/S. I had to think about that one a bit. Then it hit me. They are images, not letters or alphanumerics. The W represents a crown, much like that of the graphic for the sulfur molecule. Then the S, much like the S of Superman, represents a snake. So there is the W crown with an S snake. The crowned serpent. It can also represent sulfur. Now above the W/S is V19. Well, that one is obvious. We know what the V19 is, and they pretty much spell it out here. 33 years before it happened, mind you. And what's in the middle of the V19 on the wall? FFF. That's right, 666. We also know this today as fight, fight, fight. Who said fight, fight, fight? Trump. When did the V19 show up? During Trump's first term. So this also foreshadows Trump's presidency, doesn't it? It also connects Trump to the V19. Off to the right, there is a version of a smiley face also. In the final clip, there will be symbolism of the syringe and frequency.
You missed, sucker.
Once, pal. Death by stereo.
As you can see, he shoots 2 arrows. This can be for 2 injections or 2 biological events. The first one misses. This prepares the vampire for the second shot. The first biological event primed the population for the second event. The second arrow and the sound work together to kill the vampire. This connects the syringe to the dark spirit to the frequency. The second bio event will connect people to the Internet of Things by use of injections and frequencies. Well, that's all I'm going to cover in the Lost Boys movie for now. There's other symbolism and hidden messaging in the movie though. I personally think it's an entertaining movie, so I didn't mind watching it again. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do not live in fear, for Jesus is with us always.